Hey guys, how y'all doing today? Let's go over the last 2 years. The Western governments, the last 2 years, went T-Rex on us. We've been locked down. We've been told to wear things. We've been strong-armed into taking things we don't want to take. Things have been released that has spread around the world, and we've lost some of our loved ones. And now, well, also that they've lied, they've censored us, they have blocked the truth. They won't release data on certain things. And while they're supposedly ending all this, I found out they're pushing passports in blue and red states as we speak and distracted on this war. Speaking of the war, all of a sudden they expect us to be rah, 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 let's all join together. Russia, bad guy, Putin, bad guy, Ukraine, good guy. After they've kicked us for 2 years like a dog, they expect us to come hunkering down with our tail between our legs, scurrying back to them as they got their hand out and going to pet us. So we need to be on one team. I'm sorry, but if I'm that dog, I'm going to bite your hand because I don't trust you. You've lied. You've done all sorts of things. You've had your jackboot on our throat, and I don't believe you. Fake videos, fake tweets, war that don't look like a war. Mm-mm. Not buying it. Not this time. I see through it. And I hope you guys do too. I can't get my eyes straight on this camera. I'm sorry for looking down. Um, they forget that we know about Ukraine. It's corrupt. It's a corrupt country. Now, I pray for the innocent people there, and I pray for the innocent people in Russia too. Now, is Russia and Putin, is Putin the good guy? No. And I tell you what, the USA and the West, we're not either. And there's a good chance we're way worse. Who's shed more blood over the last, I don't know, since 60s, 70s, all the way up to now? What country has gone to war and shed more blood than the USA? Some wars are worth fighting, like World War II, but some are just the military industrial complex trying to get rich. Now, Ukraine again. You got Nancy with one of her children working at a gas company or on the board there. You got Romney, one of his kids working at a gas company on the board there. You have Biden, his son working at a gas company on the board there. And there's one more. Who was the other? Oh, John Kerry, one of his children working there at a gas company on the board there. See, Ukraine, the money laundering scheme, it's where our politicians, and probably in the rest of the Western world too, but I know here in America, they line their pockets there. Biden is on video back when he was vice president, when Congress approved so many millions or billions of dollars or whatever it was for Ukraine, of taxpayer money approved. He went over there and said they weren't going to get it. When he has no right to do that. We done approved it, it's supposed to go there. But he said they weren't going to get it unless they fired a prosecutor who was looking into corruption into Burisma where his son was involved. What did they do? They capitulated. They went ahead and they caved. They fired the prosecutor. Biden bragged about it. Called them SOBs and all kinds of stuff. So this is a corrupt country. Not to mention, do you know we had biolabs over there? What were we doing there? Stuff like in Antarctica? What were we cooking up? Why there? Evading more laws that they can't get by with here? I don't know. But I know Russia supposedly bombed them here recently. Yeah, I'm not buying what the media is saying, and neither should you. There's no good guys here. See, the whole world's evil. And more, the onion's being peeled, and I see it more and more how deep these evil roots go. And it's like, oh my goodness. And y'all were like on the ride with me. I mean, I'm learning as I go. More was revealed this past week, and I'm sure more will be revealed. And as it is, I'm telling you, we're riding with each other, and we'll probably never see how deep they go. This planet is basically a graveyard. It's a graveyard of it's of death. And thank goodness we have Jesus Christ as our Savior that's going to deliver us out of this graveyard. But that's what it is. It's a great big planet full of graveyards, cemeteries. That's what it is. And they want us to be rah, rah, rah. All I need to see is Dick Durbin on the floor there in Washington with this fake concern for the Ukrainian people. When I see a Democrat pushing for something, promoting something, automatically I know to go the other way because everything they do is evil. That's a red flag when I see them. Two red flags on the end of horns. And the Republicans. Oh, we're going to get to the bottom of this and that, and there's going to be indictments, and there's going to be this and that, and nothing ever comes of it. And then they move on to the next thing, but yet they stay there. If I was a good guy and I was there and I couldn't get nothing done, I'd call a press conference, I would resign, and I would tell the American people, hey, nothing's going to be done. They're going to keep getting away with it. We've lost our country. That would wake people up. But do you see them doing that? Nope, they stay right there where they're at. They pretend we have a choice. We don't have a choice. They present two people of their choosing that we get to choose from, and they win either way. So I have no use for either party. Now, while all this is going on, you can better believe something else is coming. I don't know if it's going to be the effects of what people took, and that's going to be kind of in the background while this war possibly spreads into a global type war, a real war, and gets away from them, or the bad thing coming will be you know, nuclear stuff, um, the actual collapse of the economy, starvation. I mean, I don't know, but maybe it's everything above. But something bad's coming, guys. Something bad is coming. Let me ask you this. If they knew something bad was coming, if they're planning it, if they're causing it to happen, or if they know something is coming, even if it's out of their control, which I doubt, do you think they'd tell you? What do you think they would do? I think they would build bunkers. I think they would stock them full of food. I think they would stock caves. I think they'd keep a lot of goods offshore to kind of ride the storm out. I think they would stockpile computer chips. Guess what? The rich are building bunkers here the past 2 years. One of the companies doing it had to sign a non-disclosure agreement because we would know who the people are. I know Gates and Zuckerberg, I think, are two. Gates is the biggest owner of farmland in America now. Imagine that. Truck drivers have talked about delivering massive quantities of supplies into caves. They know something's coming and they're preparing. This food shortage was probably due to them scarfing it up. They could have very easily called in the National Guard to unload them boats and deliver this stuff all across the country. They didn't do that. This computer chip shortage, well, they're going to need those to restart everything after whatever happens. You're going to need those also to microchip people. You see, what's happening is Babylon is falling. Mystery Babylon will be destroyed, like the Bible said, in an hour. And what's coming to replace it is the beast system. See, while they're putting this one world order together, they're actually putting it together as it's falling. The beast system and Antichrist will take it over and rise. There's no way this goes on another decade, 2 decades, whatever. We're here. And I'm just telling you what I see. Um, I've always been patriotic, but you know what? I pray for the people here and our soldiers and all that, but our government is as corrupt as they get. They really are. And there's not much we can do about it, guys. And that's okay. The more we see, the more we're separated and uprooted from this world, and the more we're rooted in the Bible. The more we see how true the Bible really is. There's a reason Jesus said, "You're in the world, but don't be of the world." This world is wicked. All this stuff you're seeing on the news, just think about it. What are you really looking at? You looking at one vehicle? Looking at one plume of smoke? Will it get worse? I'm sure it will. But who's doing it really? Are they all in on it? Maybe Putin's in on it. Maybe he's being framed. And maybe, not that he's not in there, but maybe he's not doing all the things they say he's doing. Maybe it's the West doing it. Fast Freddy's and stuff. Who knows and who cares? Really. I pray for the innocent people, but who cares what the real thing is that's happening? We know it's deception, and we know our hope is in Jesus Christ. And that's all we need to do is cling on to that. Cling on to Jesus. It's interesting to watch. It's interesting to see how much evil's being revealed. I see through their garbage, and and you too, and you'll continue to see through it. The main thing is to stay in the Word. That's what we need to do. Stay in the Word. Because the world isn't anchored down. It ebbs and flows, and you can't believe anything you see or hear anymore. That's proof the Bible's true. Because the devil runs this world, and he's nothing but a liar. That's why we can't believe anything. It's filled full of lies. If you haven't accepted Jesus Christ into your life, you need to do so now. Accept him as your Lord and Savior. He died for us. We're saved and forgiven by the shedding of his blood and believing in him. He died on that cross, buried, and rose from the dead 3 days later. You believe that with your heart, you're saved. But you got to believe it. You can't just say it. All right, guys, I love you, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.